And the curfew is once again in effect right now. It started at 8 p.m. Fox Carolina's Shale Remien has been following the protest in Asheville. She is live there tonight. And shall we understand more arrests were made?
Yeah, they absolutely were, Cody. You can see around me that it is fairly calm right now, but don't be fooled. We are just getting our bearings ourselves back here at Asheville Police Department, where things are fairly calm, but we literally just ran back from Haywood Road and Walnut Street, just a few blocks away from here, because that's where we witnessed multiple arrests take place. Things were fairly calm but tense right as soon as 8 o'clock p.m. hit. That's the curfew that is implemented here in Asheville. You know, for a while, right where I'm standing, protesters came face to face with these officers, as you can see, and it was tense for a few minutes there. They literally kneeled in front of these officers, asking them to take a knee themselves. They said, "Put down your shields and we will go home." Obviously, that did not happen because these officers have been ordered to have an 8 p.m. curfew, and as soon as that happened, protesters basically dispersed about 30 minutes later. And what's different about tonight than we've seen from any other night is basically they scattered everywhere. So we had to run several blocks ourselves just to keep up with them. And then, you know, a circle of police officers came up to these protesters and arrested them and took them into custody. Before all this happened, before 8 p.m., same thing that we've seen over the last couple of days, peaceful protests going on right along Vance Monument there. And I want to show you some interviews that I had with a few people earlier this evening. Take a listen.
Of course, there's bad apples, you know, and people like to say a few bad apples shouldn't be the reason that you see all police is bad. And my response to that is, why is a few bad apples in the African American community the reason why we have so much prejudice and misjustice in this entire country?
Obviously, I'm not a person of color, but I'm done being scared for my friends, for my boyfriend, for, you know, all those people out there, because I shouldn't have to be scared for them. And I think George Floyd's death was just the thing that lit the match.
And as far as tonight, how many arrests we will see, we're still waiting on confirmation from Asheville Police Department as far as how many people they took into custody. Earlier, we saw a man kneel in front of these officers. They did take him into custody peacefully. There were 22 arrests just last night, and people were obviously very upset about what happened with the officers destroying the medical supply station. That was a top discussion of conversation with me as I was out in these protests earlier. Taking you live back out here, you can see these officers are kind of really having their first breath of the evening as they've made these arrests, and we know that they are going to be around this area all evening not long to keep an eye on things. Cody.